and Huff Power, you don't have to call me anymore, okay? It is done. But anyway, this has been a long time coming. You know, when I was on the port board when we started talking about this, and Chuck was a legislator then, and it was a group effort. Shawn and his staff were excellent in pushing this forward, but of course, as legislators and Nick and community leaders, it doesn't help to bird dog our DOTD people, and that's what we do. That's what you elect us to do, to make sure we get our bite of the apple, and that's what happened here. Shawn has touched on all the benefits. He kind of told them all, so I don't have much left to say, but I see this as a two-pronged approach that benefits Lake Charles in this area. Number one, the original purpose was to get the trucks off so they would have a direct access to the port of Lake Charles. That was a must, and I think we're going to accomplish that with this corridor. The second one, which you really didn't know at the time, was going to connect South Lake Charles with the lakefront, and that's going to be a tremendous economic corridor. I think you're going to see a boom in this development along this corridor. So for those two things, it's going to benefit this area more than we can ever realize. But again, Shawn knows we were over on the budget, right? $70 million budgeted, $101 million price tag, $31 million over. I can tell you that it was nip and tuck on whether we're going to bring this thing to completion. And Shawn, working with us as a legislative delegation, working with the governor, working with DOTD, we could bridge that gap and bring you this $101 million project. So I'm very proud to be part of it. I believe it's going to benefit the whole Southwest region. And again, we should be proud that dollars from Baton Rouge are coming in here to make our community better. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Thank you for allowing me to take just a moment. By the way, Mr. Secretary, I'm going to win the trivia contest because that was Joe Willie Namath who said that. I think. Now, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
He quoted you.
Okay. I'll give you the. So anyway, I'm pleasure to be here today to celebrate this occasion. You know, the important thing about this for me in South Lake Charles and connecting North Lake Charles, as Mark alluded to, it just provides us a means to get from here to there. We do really well, I think, here in our community going east and west, but there's not a whole lot of north and south ease of movement. And especially for our citizens, they'll be able to get downtown much quicker and more easily. And I'm going to try to borrow a statement from Senator Abraham from this morning, because I didn't realize this, that there's only one way. Well, I'm sorry, there is no way. Right, Mark? Is that right? You told me there was no way to get from South Lake Charles to North Lake Charles if you're a pedestrian or a non-driver. If you're not driving, you can't get it you can't cross Contraband Bayou until now. And this will be one of our first opportunities to be able to have a pretty easy way to cross Contraband Bayou. And some of y'all probably don't realize the significance of that, but that's why we do so well going east and west, I guess, because you got to go down there to get over there. And this will ease that. And again, thank you to the Secretary and the Department for bridging literally that gap that existed there to make it possible for us to get this project done. And you know, as we said earlier, there was another event earlier today talking about the big bridge, Calcasieu River Bridge, and we're pretty excited about the future and the opportunity for that to happen. This corridor will connect us north to south. And then we're still just constantly trying to find ways to make other projects happen in South Lake Charles, like Country Club Road, and I'm pretty excited about the possibility of the future there in the next 5, 6, 7 years. Maybe we can be talking about another exciting event. So we'll keep all those things. We got the Calcasieu River Bridge, we got the Nelson Road Bridge, is that what we're going to call it? Okay, so Nelson Road Bridge, and then we'll just keep on moving in our community, as everybody here knows, but everybody else will soon come to know. We're a shining example over here in the southwest corner of Louisiana for sure. And we're going to just continue to keep doing good things here, and we appreciate the department's help in making that happen. Thank you.
All right, gentlemen. Sorry to one-up you, but you elbowed me, and you said it wasn't Yogi Berra, it was Joe Namath. So I Googled it. Googled it while I was sitting. It wasn't a sports figure at all. It was Walt Whitman who said that. So I win, y'all lose. That's all a history degree from McNeese is good for. If you want to know something, you got to Google it.
That's that new generation for you.
Yeah. So, Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here. Today's a good day. Today's a good day for Lake Charles. A very bridge-centric kind of day. I thank Governor Edwards and the entire Southwest Louisiana delegation. When I heard about the bids coming in for this project, I assumed it was dead. And I assumed it was either dead or on pause for a significant amount of time, or we're going to have to scale it back to something that wasn't quite the prize that we wanted it to be. So I was pretty amazed when I heard we were able to come up with the remainder. That's amazing. This project is going to make a new gateway for downtown, and it's so important right now because downtown matters. There's lots of cities that have different corners that are thriving, but it's hard to point out a city that is truly thriving, truly successful without a thriving downtown. And this corridor is going to help more people from South Lake Charles get to downtown, and that's a good thing. Working in line with a project of this size is a cause for many partners to come together. So I greatly thank the state of Louisiana, the police jury, the Port of Lake Charles, everyone who came together to make this happen. Now, there's additional improvements that are set to happen on Sallier Street in 2024, but today's announcement and today's groundbreaking is specifically for the bridge. So we're proud to be here today. The city's proud to be a partner. My staff pokes fun at me because I use the word partnerships quite a bit, but it truly is the way you get things done in this day and age. And the old days of everything comes from the state, we know that those days are pretty much gone. So it does take people working together, and it takes locals being willing to put skin in the game to get things done. Hopefully, Mr. Secretary, you've seen that we're willing to do that here in Lake Charles, and we'd love to see some more of those partnerships on other projects. All right? Thank you, everybody. Appreciate y'all.
Hello, everyone. I'm not sure how I was nominated to close out this ceremony, but I'll take it. I'm Nick Pastell. I'm the Director of Engineering and Maintenance with Port of Lake Charles, and I need to apologize. I'm an engineer. I'm normally the ones in the background managing and constructing these projects, not the ones presenting on them, so I'll apologize in advance. But I want to thank my Executive Director, Ricky Self, and our board, Ms. Mary Jo Biles, Mr. Carl Clelo, Mr. Kevin Guidry, for allowing me here to speak today on this great project and this beautiful day. A lot has been said about the benefits of this project, and so I'm going to have to cut a page out of my speech, but that's all right. So we talked about the age of the project. In preparation for today, I actually did some digging and found my first email was in 2013, which happens to be the year I started on this project, or at the Port of Lake Charles. And I remember being excited and telling my colleagues about how beneficial this project will be to this area. So at the time, I went and was bragging on it, and they said, well, hang on, Nick. The port opened the file on this project in 1978. Kind of killed my excitement a little bit, but here we are, 10 years later. Project's moving forward, and I see this as a great achievement for everyone involved. It's truly been a multi-agency project. DOTD, Port of Lake Charles, the parish, the city of Lake Charles. Everyone has been working together to make this happen. So I'm proud to be a partner in this project. Port of Lake Charles is proud, donating right-of-way for both the bridge and the rail or city street location. And then we're going to be relocating the rail to the north side of Sallier. And as the mayor mentioned, this is a groundbreaking for the bridge, but I do want to add that the rail relocation is going to improve safety significantly along Sallier. We're going to be eliminating 14 rail crossings, which is going to greatly improve the both safety and the sound level for the area. So we won't be blowing the horn at so many crossings anymore. So with that, I again want to congratulate everyone involved, and thank you, Mr. Secretary, for being here today, and thank you, everyone. I'm glad to see this project moving forward.
All right, we were just debating quotes, but we're also trying to figure out exactly how long it's going to take, and I think we've got a 900-day bid on this. But keep in mind that that's all due to weather. That does affect most of our projects here in the state of Louisiana. Now, the best part about this, I think, is saying that this is about economic development and it's job creation and it's job sustainability. So I'd also like to acknowledge the contractor that bid that wonderfully low $101 million. It was the low bid. It was the low bid, but Johnson Brothers Corporation, it's a company out of Grapevine, Texas, who does work in Louisiana. You're welcome to relocate your business here anytime. We'll be happy to take you. They're also the contractor working on the I-10 widening project. So I'd like to thank the new representatives from Johnson Brothers here. They're out working on the bridge. All right. And then I'd also like to thank our project manager, Christina Brignac. I don't know if I saw Christina's here or not. She works in the Baton Rouge office, serves as part of our critical projects unit. So she's the project manager for this project. We have our area engineer, Patrick Causey. Is Patrick here? All right, Patrick's in the back. And then Seth Woods, our district administrator, and project engineer Tyson Thieves. So thank you all for the work that you're going to do to make sure that this project stays on track and gets delivered with all of those benefits. And then the last thing I'll say is a word about safety that was just mentioned. That is absolutely an essential fact for us. One of the things I shared earlier was we had over 844 fatalities last year, and I think in Calcasieu, if I remember correctly, it was 41 or 51 right here in this parish. And so we take safety very seriously. We signed on to a pledge today with the U.S. Department of Transportation for a safe systems approach, and there are just far too many people dying on our roads. And so safety has to be at the core of all that we do. So please, as a traveler, as a driver, do your part to make that happen as well, to arrive alive and help us get to destination zero deaths on our state highways. And so with that, I would invite this auspicious group of people right up here sitting down with us to join us over here for a turning of the real dirt. This is some of the best dirt. Usually they give us sand, but we got some real dirt here. And then I know we have some former elected officials. Chuck, since this project dates back to your first year, and Senator Willie Mount, who's a friend of mine, former mayor here, that's where we first met. We'll invite you as a former senator up, and then we'll do some other group pictures with those as well, including the DOTD team and other police jurymen or parish councilmen and city councilmen that may be here.